Good morning, everyone. We're just watching the live pictures of Edmund de Rothschild and Charles Caudrelier, who's standing there on the deck of his incredible flying machine, just a couple of miles from the finish line of in Pontepret in Guadeloupe. He has had an unbelievable race, and this is the moment where I think for Charles, he's been waiting for to really burst onto the scene. He's won the Volvo Ocean race. He's been at the top of his game for so many years, but the Route de Rhum, is the prize that I think he has always yearned for. And he's going to follow in the footsteps of Frank Camas, his great mentor and co-skipper on Gitana, and finish this incredible race after an absolutely faultless display. We're just looking at the live pictures. He's only a mile or so from the finish, and he's only about 45 miles ahead of Francois Gabard, who in 2018 was in a similar position, winning this race, only to be caught at the last minute by Francis Johan, and to lose out to the wily Johan in that last few miles. Doesn't look like that's going to happen this time round. Gitana's sailed an absolutely faultless race, and they're making 15, 16 knots towards the finishing line, and Gabard's some distance behind at the moment. And there you can see in the background the lights of Pontepret in Guadeloupe, as Gitana, lit up by the spectator boats, is coming into the finish. It's just been an amazing race to follow. And of course, there's still so much to come after the all teams. We've got the Imokas, we've got the Class 40s, we've got the Rhum Monos and the Rhum Multis and the Ocean 50s, all still to finish. So lots more to come in this race. But if you've just joined us live, you're seeing these incredible pictures being transmitted live on French YouTube channel, the Route de Rhum YouTube channel, and of Gitana with Charles Caudrelier about to cross the finishing line. So if my French is correct, I can just hear that 6 minutes to the finish, ETA. Looks like there's going to be no interruptions in this particular finish line. The incredible Edmund de Rothschild, possibly one of the greatest all teams to be designed. Certainly, its track record over the last few years has been absolutely impeccable. It was one of the first boats to really fully embrace the foiling all-team mode, and it's never really looked back. It's had a tremendous campaign over the last few years with Frank Camas and Charles sharing skippering duties. But this is the chance for Charles Caudrelier to really burst onto the scene. There he is, walking up onto the bow of the boat. Just remarkable to see one person sailing this, huge, great platform all by himself. Of course, he has a specialist weather routing team back on shore who help him with the tactical decisions. But, to command and sail one of these all teams, single-handed is just a remarkable feat. And he will become an absolute French hero when he crosses this line. Just the final few minutes now as he's coming into the finish, at pace. You can still see it doing 15, 16 knots. His great sort of nemesis behind him, Francois Gabard, so cruelly robbed of this victory in 2018, is only sort of 40 miles behind. So, a remarkable finish after 3,500 miles across the Atlantic. It's certainly been a race to watch. This is going to be a record-breaking finish for Charles, who will take some time off the record I'm not entirely sure exactly how much, but it looks like he's going to beat the record as well as become another great French champion of this incredible race. Okay, so we're nearly there. We're just listening in to the French commentary as Charles Caudrelier on Gitana is about to cross the finishing line. So we're just hearing that we are 5 miles from the finish, or 5 minutes. I'm not entirely sure. My French is not that great, but I think it was 5 miles to the finish. So we've got a little bit more time to wait. So we'll just watch these pictures. And as we're just looking at the pictures of Gitana, you can see she's slowing up here, I guess coming into the sort of close proximity of the finishing line. The wind getting a little bit lighter. You can see the support boats in beside him there, just slowing down a bit. So speed's dropped off. He's still got, I think, 4 or 5 miles to the finish. So let's hope he get another little gust of wind to carry him to the finish. But Francois Gabon not far behind, but I don't think at this stage he's going to be able to catch Charles. With just a few miles to go. But still remarkably in contention for a real match race between these two for pretty much the duration of the race. But as we're looking at these pictures of Gitana, she is slowing, so we may not be quite there for the finish of this incredible race. But let's just watch the pictures as he drifts into the finishing line. You can just see in the foreground there the Gitana team support who've arrived there. Just lovely pictures of him with his team, and he's just speaking to the committee. Just incredible. You can see the sort of fist pumping, the cheers. This is such an incredible result for this team. They've put so much effort into winning this race. They've obviously won it with Frank Camus, and to come back to win again with Charles. And there he is. There he is. It looks like he's done it. He's given his boat a little pat to say thank you to the incredible flying machine that has seen him cross the finishing line. He put his hands on his head in almost disbelief. What a remarkable sailor. What a remarkable machine. The most successful all team we've seen in the last few years. And, what will it do next? Maybe a Jules Verne round the world. But these live pictures of the finish are just remarkable. Beamed all the way around the world, beamed across France. This race has got a huge following in France. Nearly 70 to 80% of the population will probably be tuning in and watching these live pictures. We're just listening into the French commentary, and there's going to be a few moments before his team allowed on board. I suspect there's going to be some protocols to go through at the finish, but I'm sort of hoping that Charles is going to burst back on deck with some flares and give us that sort of ceremonial flare shot of his arrival in Ponteprit, Guadeloupe, as the winner of the Route de Rhum 2022. So there he is, running around the deck on this platform that's the size of several tennis courts. He's just furled away his Genoa, and yeah, just what an incredible race! Record-breaking distance, crossed the Atlantic in just over 6 days, which is you know just remarkable for boats of this scale and size to be sailed by one person. Okay, so we're going to leave it there. Thanks for joining. I hope that you've been able to see these live pictures of Gitana crossing the finishing line into Ponteprit, Guadeloupe to win the 2022 Route de Rhum.